is Doug Wilhelm, and my embedded systems project is called Travel Buddy. So everybody's been on two wheels at some point in their life. For most people, their first mode of transportation was on two wheels, usually on a bicycle. It's a very popular way to get around. In some countries like Japan, China, India, traveling on two wheels is the primary mode of transportation. It's the only way to get around, really. So the problem with most of these modes of transportation is data related. The gauges that come with these vehicles are subpar, they fail, they're inaccurate, and they're hard to replace when they break. Riders also have a lack of travel information related to their travel. You know, say there's a dangerous construction zone and you don't know about it, or perhaps there's a thunderstorm on the highway and you're riding your motorcycle and you have no way of knowing. And these types of situations are inherently safety hazards. On the other hand, modern cars and vehicles, they have proper gauges, they're accurate, and people have the proper information they need to have safe travel, versus two-wheel travel where people don't have the same kind of information. So there's kind of a gap there. So my objective with this project is to fill an opportunity space. I want to provide an affordable, reliable, easy-to-use software-hardware platform. This means it'll be cheap, it'll just work, and it'll be very easy to use. For anybody can use it. So here's the setup. There's two major components to this. There's a smartphone. I use an Android here, and there's also the Arduino. I use a very specific type of Arduino that's it's oriented to interface with an Android phone a little bit easier than a normal Arduino. So the hardware component you see connects to all the sensors, or it can connect to relays. It can control anything electronic on your vehicle. The smartphone, on the other hand, is the software portion. You control everything through a software interface. And the Android phone is kind of interesting because it also has its own sensors, which you can also use, like GPS, accelerometer, gyrometer, whatever you want to use on there. Basically what this means is that Travel Buddy is a complete platform that combines all sorts of electronics. I mean, you combine the use of a GPS, Arduino sensors, speedometer, audio system, gauges, alarm system, or even smart suggestions like the paperclip guy that some people might know. And so here's an example of the tile interface that you would interact with on the application. I have the concept that I developed in a different class, and then I have a prototype that I was able to put together this semester. And let me go ahead and show you the concept and how it works. All right, come on, Chrome. So here's the welcome screen. Everything's loading. You go ahead and wait for that to continue. And then it comes up and asks you for your profile, and I'm going to go ahead and choose motorbike because I like motorbikes. And then you can choose your layout depending on how you want to view the different tiles for the different sensors. So I'm going to choose this one because it's my favorite. And here you can see this is the screen that you would view while you're riding your vehicle. There's different sensors on here, obviously, like temperature, GPS maps, your battery voltage, your engine RPM, your speed. And if you tap any of these, the tile gets bigger and gives you more information. So like here you can see the time in a bigger format. And if you tap it again, it goes back to the screen. Say you want to know more information about your temperatures. You go ahead and tap the temperature tile. Here's your temperature in a bigger format in case you need to see it better while you're traveling. And you can do it with the other tiles as well. More battery voltage. The app can have different tiles. You can add more tiles from maybe like a tile store within the app. Makes it very simple, easy to use. And that you can have different screens with more tiles where you could swipe back and forth. So overall, the app is very simple, easy to use, and the app itself would be free. Some of the tiles you might have to pay for. Maybe they're more complicated than the others. And so the way that you would mount your phone on your vehicle is you buy some kind of a phone mount. They're cheap. You can buy them on eBay, like $5. The phone would have to be oriented horizontally. You could orient it vertically, but I mean, it's not the best way to view your information while you're riding. And here's an example of a hardware setup that I actually implemented. This is a security system that I set up for my motorcycle. Recently I had my motorcycle stolen, saved up and bought another one, and decided I wanted an alarm system. And I don't want to go out and pay like $300 for one. Here's a picture of the circuit. Very simple circuit. You have your Arduino, which is Bluetooth connected to your phone. You have a power source from the bike, a 12-volt battery. You have a relay, and then you have your horn, and the relay controls the horn. And then here's an example video of how I implemented it on my motorcycle. So here I am arming the alarm system after riding the bike. Here's somebody coming along to steal the bike. They start to move it around. And then the accelerometer on the phone activates and turns on the relay for the horn. And then, of course, the thief is discouraged and runs away. And you can disarm it by just tapping the screen on your phone. Ideally, you'd want to hide your phone somewhere on the bike so that your phone doesn't get taken off and flung somewhere. So bicycles. Bicycles are a kind of an exception to this because they're low-power devices. They don't really produce power and they don't really consume power. So you would have to use low-powered sensors, perhaps like a solar panel or a small battery to power the devices. But it's completely feasible. The sensors on the bicycle would also be a little bit different. You know, maybe you want to measure your water bottle level, or maybe you want to know air temperature or humidity, sunlight. So it would be a little bit different than motorbikes. There is some competition out there. There are aftermarket gauges, but like I said, they're expensive. They're hard to find support for. If you break them, there's no parts available. They're from China. They're designed and manufactured overseas. They don't have as many functions as Travel Buddy could give you. And I mean, overall, it's just not a very feasible solution to go with something else. So I can go ahead and do a live demo for you here. Just as Jeremy warned you, it is very loud, so you're warned. But when you arm the system, you arm it, it waits for an accelerometer function. You vibrate your phone and move the phone and turn it on the alarm. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You still have your vehicle, it's not stolen, and the alarm's turned off. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you, guys.